the hot, the stunning
Ryan Gosling!
A scene where Grace taps on the bubble atmosphere that Rocky was inside, and that reminded me of
that entire structure of a spaceship. It was real. It was like a 360-degree spaceship that was created.
Shruti, emotional.
In fact, I loved one insult when he says that, oh, you're such a waste of carbon.
She's sure about it, that is definitely, and they are looking for alien like us, because for them we are aliens. The same way we are looking for aliens.
There was this character that was created out of a mop by the people on the set. They gave it a dress and spectacles. It was just there to make Ryan Gosling feel a little less lonely while he is alone on the set.
Like Rohit connected with Jadoo.
Hello everybody, I'm sure you've heard about KitKats being stolen, 12 tons of KitKat being stolen from Italy. At the outset, I would like to clarify that we had nothing to do with it at all.
On that note, Aishwarya, here's your KitKat shake.
Thanks, cheers!
Cheers.
Ew! I got them stolen because I hate KitKat.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Is that even possible?
It
Somebody
is.
hating KitKat?
Health freak.
It's one of my favorite chocolates. Stay away from my shake.
Come on, healthy girlies, please follow me.
Foodie girlies, please follow us.
No.
KitKat हो गया हो तो अपनी introduction कर ले.
Yeah, please.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Casually Obsessed, where we talk about everything that is pop culture under the sun. We talk about trends like you just saw, we talk about TV shows, movies, and everything that people are talking about on the internet.
Speaking of the sun, today we're going to discuss something that helped save the sun and our dear planet from being destroyed. Can you guess?
Let them guess. Aishwarya, fist my bum.
So for people like me जिन्होंने अभी तक ये movie नहीं देखी है, we're talking about Project Hail Mary, guys. And all the book girlies can rejoice, all the movie girlies can also rejoice, because we have someone who has read the book, we have someone who's watched the movie, and we have someone who's just done her research.
I would like to add here that all the book bros and the movie bros, you're also most welcome to our podcast.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very, this is not just for women, guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and children too. Even children can tune into our podcast, this episode especially.
Yes, because it's a very kid-friendly, it's a very cutesy, but also a very scientific, intelligently made movie. But since I'm not the expert today, these two are. Guys, take the lead.
No, you're being very self-effacing when you say that I'm not the expert. We have amidst us, ladies and gentlemen, a puppeteer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
No, guys, just to clarify, I'm not a puppeteer, but I've studied puppeteering as a part
What
of my...
is the difference? Did you not pass your exams?
I mean, I did I passed my exams. I even created a puppet and I even manipulated it and I...
Oh my god, you are a pro, Niharika.
Guys, she's friends with me.
So, okay, what we can say is I'm not a movie expert for this one, but I'm a Rocky expert of sorts.
That's the best kind of expert. Yeah. I want to be a Rocky expert. I want to be Rocky.
And a very good researcher.
अब मेरी तारीफ हो गई तो थोड़ी मूवी की भी कर लो.
Poor Ryan Gosling must be wondering.
Yeah, like इसका खत्म नहीं हो रहा है. मैं इतनी मेहनत करके मैंने मूवी बना ली, इसको रिसर्च के लिए इतनी तारीफ मिल रही है.
So Shruti, what did you think of it?
I actually enjoyed the movie, especially after the scars that Dhurandhar left on me. I mean, yeah, it is so violent, and Project Hail Mary felt like a warm hug. Yeah. I know it is specially made for children, but I think how they have explored the emotional dynamics between Rocky, who is an alien, and the human, Dr. Grace, is just phenomenal, and it's just heart-touching. And, you know, I have never felt such mixed emotions about, for a movie for so long. You will cry while watching it. I mean, I didn't sob, but I got emotional. There were emotional moments when there were a few sequences between Rocky and Grace, and there was I got emotional. I laughed a lot, though the jokes were quite lame, but I loved the banter.
What are you saying? I agree with you because I was the only one laughing in the theatre, and there were two young children who were sitting next to me. Thanks to Dhurandhar Part 1, now I'm a regular. I go to watch films alone. So thankfully they were two little.
I have joined the club officially with Project Hail Mary, and I'm so proud of myself.
Guys, amongst the three of us, I was the first one who took on this adventure before even doing this podcast. So when we actually discussed that, up to movies, har time we can't go together. So this was like stepping out of our comfort zones and going and watching it alone. So guys, we've done it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as I was saying,
Fist my bump.
we should totally do that.
Okay, sorry, correction.
So as I was saying, there were two young girls sitting next to me, and I was laughing. Nobody in the theatre was laughing, but they were so sweet. They thought they had missed something, and not that there's a lame-ass adult who laughs at everything. She finds the weirdest things funny. So then 1 second later, they would laugh with me, and I was not alone. So if you guys remember me, and if you're watching it, thank you so much, girls.
Okay, so Aishwarya, what do you feel about the movie?
I thought that the movie was very intelligently made. It was made for a younger audience and a more universal audience. For example, people who don't necessarily understand science would also be able to understand what was going on, because when there are 8 atoms and he says, oh, it's oxygen. And then you understand xenon, and but there was not, and then they're just using these little tubes and test tubes, which everybody can understand. He's doing sciencey things, but of course. The only people who had something to say about the film were the people who had read the book, because I think they missed the sciencey stuff and the pace. It was made too quickly so that they could fit a lot of plot points inside a short movie. In fact, one of the YouTube videos reviewing it that I was watching, they said this should have been a series. So if a more serious adaptation were to be made, I hope it is in the form of a series, because I think it could be a whole episode of this man. By the way, Ryan Gosling looked like Jesus resurrected when he wakes up. To me,
I felt he looked like Hrithik Roshan. There were a few moments, this uncanny resemblance.
He looks like Ryan Reynolds. But when you said Hrithik Roshan, I've never heard that.
Because I didn't. This thought didn't cross my mind ever. But there was this collaboration between Hrithik and Ryan before while they were promoting the movie, and then he introduces Ryan to his film Koi Mil Gaya, Jadoo Jadoo, and then there's some resemblance.
I think there is. I have watched that interview, and I think you are right. There is a slight resemblance.
Yes. And there were a few moments when there was this scene where Grace taps on I think the bubble atmosphere that Rocky was inside, and that reminded me of Don't remember?
Same here. I thought I was the only one to say it reminded me of Koi Mil Gaya, and I'm glad I'm not alone.
No. It did. I mean, now that I've watched the movie, but yeah, from the context, from everything that I've read about it, it does make sense, yes. But also for all the people who haven't watched it, can you guys give a slight background on what is the story and how does it proceed?
So it features this biologist who was somebody who was formerly a biologist, but he was very rude to his seniors. In fact, I loved one insult when he says that, "Oh, you're such a waste of carbon." I laughed.
So you're talking about the book?
No, I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about the story. So it's with some changes. It's for both. But this is true for both. So after that, since he's rude to his bosses, he starts teaching young students.
But I think that was also because of his paper, no? That his paper.
Yeah.
He wrote a paper
He wrote
paper.
Kind of roasted the geniuses.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because the paper said that life can exist without water, and that there are beings out there which can exist without water. And apparently it was mocked, that paper was
Yes.
mocked a lot within the science community,
He
that
was
it's not
actually
possible.
very rude because he'd written, I mean, it was a very rude paper, according to the movie.
Rude paper?
Yeah.
How can researchers be rude?
That is called trauma dump.
But look at Niharika here.
No, sorry, it's not. Sorry, it's not trauma dump. It's rage bait.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's become a teacher, and suddenly, but the Earth is facing a calamity. The sun is dimming, and at the rate it is dimming, in 30 years, we would be in the middle of an ice age. Before that, there would be severe scarcity of food. So all the nations have gotten together with a group of scientists to find a solution to the problem. And of course, our scientist here is
The hot, the stunning
Ryan
Ryan Gosling.
Maha hot.
Maha hot.
Maha hot. But you know, he's not a martyr. The idea is that whoever goes, it's going to be a one-way ticket. We need to send. They have found one planet. All stars are dying except for this one very distant star, which is as bright as ever. So they decide to send a spaceship with just, you know, a one-way ticket. That is, you have to die in space to find out why the star is not dying, and then you send your research back to Earth with the help of probes.
Is it because the person, like the astronaut, cannot actually travel back, so they just send
They
their
don't have
research?
enough fuel.
Oh. Because
But
it's that far away. Okay.
so
I think 108 light years away.
that was quite a lot, and the reason why why all stars are dying is because of these microorganisms. And remember, as Niharika rightly pointed out, that Ryan Gosling's character, he's an expert. He's known as Dr. Grace. He had postulated for the first time that organisms can live without water. So he is actually he becomes an astrobiologist in that sense. I'm sure the first, I would think, because you think of astrophysicists, but
astrobiologist.
yes.
New term, guys. New term.
The Big Bang Theory gave us Rajesh Kutrapali, and now we have Dr. Grace.
Dr. Grace, so he's the perfect person, but he, you know, he's training the other astronauts and the astrophysicists and the engineers to go up in space. He doesn't want to go to space. In the book,
Lo and behold.
because he doesn't want to die away from his planet, but although he's a bit of a misanthrope, a lonely figure, but he doesn't want to die in space, and I totally vibe with him. I mean,
I just wanted to ask one thing. Is he a loner even in book?
yeah, the book actually, everything takes place in his head. Here you have figures like Karl.
Wait, what?
No, Rocky is real.
What? Rocky is real.
But it is a very interior book. Everything is taking place in his head.
So it's not real.
It is real. It is real. But you don't. Here he has to tell people what is happening. He has to talk to people. So you've got like secondary characters like Karl. For example, when he's problem solving, he's doing it in his head.
Yeah, because it's a movie, he has to talk it out and he has to tell
Yes.
what's happening and
Yes.
not actually think.
Yes.
So there's this very funny, there's this banter between Karl and Ryan, Dr. Grace, but it's not in the book. Because Karl is just his imagination. Even not his imagination, he's imagining he's imagining it in his head.
Okay. Okay.
See, he's training people, and in the book actually he has a specific gene which allows him to go into coma. Very few people have that, and they have to be coma has to be induced so that they can travel so far, which makes and here, as we find out, he has been really forcefully put in a spaceship after there is a blast and they don't have a scientist, as they say. And look at the terms they're using. We need one scientist, so it's like, you know, really dumbed down for the layman.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, for someone like me, जिसको like explainer video पढ़ के भी आधी सुन के देख के भी आधी चीजें समझ नहीं आई, it makes sense कि really scientist
Because
what
when you say a scientist, you want to send a geologist. Big Bang theories, Sheldon would be very upset because they were like blood. But anyway, you know whom I'm talking about, the one who won a very major prize.
Wow.
And Sheldon was very jealous of him. If you remember, please put in the name in the comment.
And I really found that scene funny when he's like, I'm not an astronaut. And then she's like, you have 3 hours to decide. Remember that scene where he says, you have 3 hours? I know, he said, I need time to think. And she's like, yes, you have 3 hours. He's like, I can't do this.
It's like 3 घंटों में decide करो कि तुम अर्थ पे जीना चाहते हो या स्पेस में जाके मरना
Yeah,
चाहते हो.
मुझे लगता है she like kind of observed his life and must have done some background research and found out that he is a loner. He doesn't have anyone to, you know.
She says that you don't even have a dog, but I thought it was not a very satisfactory
Reason enough.
And what about consent? She's being very disingenuous when she says you have 3 hours, because when he says no. She's and Karl's betrayal, man, and compared with Rocky's, oh my God, loyalty, it was wonderful.
I mean, yeah, it's so weird. I mean, I don't know. I found it weird from however much information I have, that they forcefully induce that coma and just send him off, and then he is fending for all the information to come back to him. Ki ye
hua kya, and how is that he's just clueless when he get out of the coma.
Yeah, like this is so problematic.
So, you know, but more than the flashbacks that they showed in the movie, I liked how he kind of gathered himself in this spaceship and figured out things. Am I smart? How do I know that? Remember that part?
And then I was laughing.
It was hilarious.
I mean, this is a researcher, this is a scientist, and he is questioning if he's smart.
No, because he was into yes, he lost his memory.
Okay, right.
That's how it opens. He's been in a long coma, and he's
But it's very brutal, yeah. The whole thought that he is sent out into a spaceship with an induced coma, and now he is just fending for all the information for it to come back to him. Ki, why am I here? What am I doing here? And what if? I mean, just a thought. What if wo sari scientific knowledge didn't come back to him?
Yeah, and then come back to him. And what if he decides that, okay, they betrayed me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna betray them back.
I would, if the way the world is going on these days, that is what somebody would have done, including myself.
But I don't
maybe.
think he had a choice.
He had a choice. He could have lived his life like, I'm going to die one way, let Earth also die. I didn't choose to be here. And he could have just gone with, in the end, spoiler alert, he could have just, not sent the probes back and just sent everything to Rocky's planet, because he's my only friend.
I mean, Rocky is the cutest thing out there, and Rocky is the one who gave him company in that lonely...
And makes his life amaze. And he has OCD. Remember the room? Room dirty.
Yuck.
Why is room so messy? And then Ryan Gosling goes, I wasn't expecting company.
Yes. I felt him, because you remember.
Did you watch the movie or not?
No, I didn't.
How do you know all these details?
That's just how good I am, at research.
So, no, but when he's trying to talk to his camcorder to send it to Earth.
Oh, that was so funny.
Niharika.
I'll kick such roommate out of my life.
I swear. And he's like, personal space is very important.
No, he says, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? He's like, yes. Who Grace talking to?
Who Grace talking to?
It was very funny.
But you know what, talking about Rocky, so as we mentioned in the beginning, I know something about a little puppeteering. And when I read about it, it's amazing. Rocky is not a CGI character. He is a real life, this entire creature that was created out of fiberglass. Wow. Yes, and there were 2 actually. One was just for the close-ups, where the limbs and everything is not moving, and one was a real, properly created creature with the limbs. And it was entirely, puppeted by this award-winning Broadway puppeteer, James Ortiz, who in fact even voiced Rocky. Yeah, it's mind-boggling the way they actually executed this whole thing, because the entire set was also created 1 meter off the ground, so that all the Rocketeers, these were 5-6, this was a team of puppeteers led by James Ortiz, who were working under the set so that they could actually move the limbs of Rocky and, make him do all the stuff that he was doing within his glass enclosure.
Boggles the mind.
Exactly. I know. I mean, in the time of AI, जहाँ ये चीजें ऐसे हो सकती हैं, बहुत आसानी से हो सकती हैं, they don't have to be real. they created a real creature, and that too a puppet.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that they haven't ruined the novel.
Yeah.
It is a good
Yes,
adaptation.
it is a good adaptation, and I'm among those who actually went back and read the novel after watching the film because I loved it so much.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
500-page novel, my goodness. You know, I never had
I
this
mean,
thought
I
of...
might have done my research, but Aishwarya is the MVP, guys. Movie भी देखी and book भी पढ़ ली उसके बाद.
She is our Sheldon.
Yes, she is our Sheldon. And in fact, you know, I mean, I'm a little obsessed with Rocky at this point, so just bear with me. And also with James Ortiz. My God. Actually, he was never supposed to voice Rocky. It was basically to get a more natural form of acting out of Ryan Gosling so that he's just not, you know, blurting out his dialogues. There has to be something that is to be said to him. So it was just a setup that James Ortiz in his own voice will record the lines of Rocky maybe, you know, a day before or sometime back, and he'll just be there with that recorder कि वो चलता रहेगा so that Ryan Gosling can respond to it. What ended up happening was that it got so funny and it got so improvised and impromptu that they thought that, you know, there couldn't be anyone better than James Ortiz actually voicing that character.
Wow.
And so many times, I mean, I saw this interview with the makers and they were like, their dynamic was supposed to be this way that Dr. Grace was supposed to feel dumb. He was supposed to feel like,
As
how
compared to
does-
Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky is supposed to be the more intelligent being in comparison.
Did that come across to you, Shruti?
No, they were smarter together.
So they were equals, and he's this marvelous engineer. Here, you know, I felt he has been infantilized a bit with the yuck. And you know, he's like, of course he helps Grace and everything, but I think the book made him more of an intellectual equal. Here he's more of an emotional equal. And
Maybe I feel that stemmed from the fact that he lost the other crew members. They were 23 of them, but he was the only one who
sole
survived.
survivor,
Yes. And that kind of left him lonely, just like Ryan, Dr.
And I think
Grace.
that is what I think connected the two. They could relate with each other.
They
that
could
way.
relate with each other. Like Rohit connected with Jadoo.
Yes.
another thing was that they don't tell us how much time has passed, right? Yes. You immediately reach there. Ryan Gosling doesn't age, and even at the end of the movie, he's the same.
Yeah, jabki I think from the explanation, it was supposed to be 26 years or something.
A person changes.
Yeah. Even though,
yeah.
according to him, like just 3 years passed, but on Earth, I think some 13, 14 years had already passed by the time he'll just reach that planet.
They didn't show us what was happening on the Earth while Ryan, Dr. Grace was on the spaceship and figuring out things. वो नहीं, I was expecting a glimpse of what's happening.
But I thought it was very intelligently shot. I really enjoyed the film, and it's been like really enjoyed it.
And imagine this whole thing was created in just 6 months. The entire film was shot within 6 months. It's amazing to think that, you know, something that's so detail oriented, so technical, usko itni jaldi unhone shoot kiya. And also, I think it is one of those few one-man show kind of movies that you don't get to see these days, because we are kind of living in the time of ensemble casts. I mean, look at the Odyssey, which is going to come this year. We are going to have such a huge cast in it.
I'm going to be, you know, nerding out very hard then also.
And in comparison to something like this, which is like a one-man show, it's amazing. And talking about the fact that it's a one-man show, for a long stretch before Rocky was introduced into the whole dynamic of the movie, Ryan Gosling was shooting alone. So beyond a point, he was feeling possibly, you know, the loneliness that Dr. Grace was feeling. So to help that, there was this character that was created out of a mop by the people on the set. They gave it a dress and spectacles. I think Moppy Ringwald, if I'm not wrong. And
They called it that.
Yeah, Moppy Ringwald. It was just there to make Ryan Gosling feel a little less lonely while he is alone on the set, which is
Yeah,
So
imagine
cute.
doing a movie like The Notebook and then
Yeah.
ending up shooting alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's like I mean, even the fact that the technicalities were kept so well in mind. Like before we started shooting this, me and Shruti were talking, and Shruti mentioned that there was this scene in which Dr. Grace gets drunk.
Yeah.
Can you like tell us a little bit about that so that I can?
So he is not able to figure out what's happening with him and how he reached that spaceship and where he is. And then the other two members are already deceased. And he finds out it was not his booze, but someone else's. I think the engineer.
It was the Russian woman.
Yes, and oh yes, vodka makes sense, yeah. So he gets drunk and he's flying all over not flying because there's less gravity. He's messing around with the spaceship, and then the captain, which is Mary, right? She's guiding me. Dr. Grace, pilot detected. He ended up every time he was just drunk. I think just once, but yeah, he ended up on that pilot wala seat, and they're like, pilot detected, and he goes on, I'm not the pilot. I can't even drive. What do we say?
Exactly what it was.
But you know what? All that bumping around and all of that, it was real.
Yeah, it was.
It was. This was not. Firstly, the most mind-boggling thing about this movie is there are no green screens and there are no blue
Yeah,
screens.
this I'm aware of.
Everything was real. That entire structure of a spaceship, it was real. It was like a 360-degree spaceship that was created, and it was not on ground. It was balancing itself on hydraulic gimbals. And that is why every time you see Ryan Gosling possibly losing his, control and possibly falling or wobbling, it's real. Because every time that set moved, he got out of balance. And hence, all those drunk moments, all of those, all the times that he was being clumsy, it was real. So, hats off to the makers, really.
The movie also reminded me of Sunita Williams. I saw one of her interviews where she says there's definitely life out there. She believes that. She's sure about it that there's definitely, and they are looking for alien like us, because for them we are aliens. The same way we are looking for aliens. Yeah. So, I mean, when you think about it, it's like, all your troubles and all the burdens that you carry just doesn't make sense. It feels so small and pointless.
Yeah,
this vast universe to talk about and just soak in and think about it, like how such a beautiful creation. And I felt the same thing after watching the Netflix docu-series The Dinosaurs. Dude, you guys must catch it up. Yeah. Oh my god, it is such a majestic, beautiful, gorgeous series, and it will just keep you thinking about evolution and the entire existence of and how humans came into the picture. Of course, we all know Darwin's evolution theory, but apart from that, it's just such a sight.
It makes you realize that हमारी छोटी मोटी like everyday की problems can be sorted out in one way or the other. When there are bigger problems that are being sorted out.
Shruti, emotional.
Shruti, are you turning into Rocky?
I want a Rocky in my life. Will you be my Rocky, please?
Everybody deserves a Rocky in their lives. So on that note, thank you so much for listening to us, and do let us know what you liked about the movie.
What are your thoughts on Rocky? What are your thoughts on Dr. Grace? And for all the book people out there, book lovers out there, tell us whether you liked what was created on the basis of the book or not. And yeah, we'll be back next week with Casually Obsessed. This was me, Niharika.
Aishwarya.
And Shruti.